Morning, peeps. What's going on? I told you I would be back today. I'm feeling a little better. I was still a little tired, but I went and got me some Gatorade. I think I was dehydrated. So if you drink alcohol, and we know some people do, make sure you hydrate yourself. I think I was a little dehydrated, so it made me feel sleepy. When you dehydrated, a whole lot of things can happen to your body. But anywho, I feel a little better, so I'm back. Now, yesterday was Queen Diva's birthday. Hey, Queen. And a lot of people wished her a happy birthday. And we want to shout out everyone who wished her a happy birthday. I can't individually do it, but you know who you are. I appreciate you coming by showing Queen Diva some love. Queen Diva is a big supporter in the YouTube area of the Black sector. She supports a lot of people, and when people support you, whether it's with a cash app, a super chat, or a clicking a view or sharing your videos out, it's all support. And I, as a content creator, I'm speaking for myself, I greatly appreciate all support. She received some cash apps as well. So thank you and bless you, and hope it's returned to you 100 folds. Okay. So we gonna get into a couple of things. There's a lot of beefs going on. I was at the store early this morning and I popped on live and I saw Mixology Plus. Mixology Plus is my mod, but she's also a friend of mine who I admire and love very much. Unfortunately, her and Reed is into a little beef. Now, I think the shit started from Lady T. I mean, the Tea Lounge, and it spilled over from that into Demetra and Monty and Gaia and Snack and all of them, because they are friends behind the scenes and they stick together. Lorraine, thank you so much. I appreciate you showing me support, baby. And so it spilled over, and now I think they got a little beef going on. Uh, I say this. Some shit ain't even worth answering to. Some people get on here, and when someone says something about them, they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they on here every goddamn 10 minutes answering someone who has said something about them. That takes up a lot of time I don't have, and time I will never get back. So that's just not something I do. I give you a one and done, and that's it for me, because again, a lot of people over here are in the beef sector, adjacent to the beef sector. Everybody don't like that goddamn reckless beefing every day and chaos every day, fighting every day, going back and forth with people. If you have something better to do in life, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do what's better and save your energy. And you want to be positive, and it's difficult sometimes being positive in this atmosphere. Every now and then you feel compelled to come down here just to get somebody up off you, like, get the F up off me. Even though I'm nice and I don't do all this beefing, you can't just keep talking shit about me. And I think that's what happens with some of the smaller content creators. They be overdoing their thing in their area, and then wow, something happens and they come out and they reply to people. So that's what's going on. Again, I don't come out here and fight for anyone, and I ask that people don't come out here and fight for me. When I have something to say, I'm just gonna come down here and say it. And I always say, who's gonna check me? Boo. This is an entertainment application. Sometimes it goes rather dark, but we all are over here looking, and we have the opportunity just to log the entire F off and keep it moving. Some people have left this area never to return. They found other areas that is more suitable for them. So if you get tired, you just get tired. You know what I mean? And you go on about your business. Please make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all be getting kind of stingy on the sister. Like, I'm not asking you for cash app super chats. If you like to do that, I greatly appreciate it. But please just hit the like button. Now, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. But however, sometimes you just got to come out here and answer when people keep mucking with you. I do it, quite a bit. Now, let's talk about this. When people say we too invested, I told you I was going to come back with a too invested show. What is really too invested? I don't understand when people say, oh, you too invested is just the entertainment app. Yes, it is an entertainment app that we have allowed to entangle in our lives, get entangled in our lives. So it has become reality for a lot of people. Do you know what reality is? Maybe we need a reality check to let you know that when you come here every day and you engage with supporters and content creators, no matter what you support, who you support, where you support, you are invested because you're taking your time, which is precious, to engage in YouTube, to watch it, to engage in conversation, to get on platforms, to come down here and create content. Now, there's a lot of content that we all can create because all of us are blessed with some type of talent. It's just a matter of finding that talent and honing it, sharpening it, right? If you're a cook, you come down here and cook. If you're a fashionista, you come down here and do fashion. If you're a beefer, you come down here and beef. If you're a motivator, come down here and motivate. Do what you know to do to be authentically you. A lot of people step in this arena and they get lost. They can't handle it. Excuse me. Hey, Kimberly Black, Duchess. A lot of people can't handle it and they get too invested because we all are invested. Remember, we're spending time, we're spending money, we're spending energy on YouTube. So we are invested. Too invested, I mean, that can be wide range. What you call them too invested. Too invested, Duchess said, is being on YouTube all day, neglecting your family. How do we know these people neglect their families, though? That's the thing. Do we know that they neglecting their family? Probably their family is supporting this type of activity that they do. And so we can't say that they are neglecting their families. Now, for me as a mother, this is me. This is not throwing shade. This is not talking to any particular people. This is just an open, honest conversation. To me, when my kids were little, you had to spend a lot of time with them. You had to spend time with them. You had to spend time with them, helping them on their homework, helping them with activities, doing arts and craft, going outside playing with them, you bathing them, feeding them, or whatever, or just sitting around talking to them. You have to invest in them, so I can't say who's too invested, who's not invested, but I think when you spend a large portion of your time on YouTube, and we have to remember, you guys, this is work. This is a business for some people, maybe not to all content creators, but to some is a business. So they are working, they're doing their business, they are getting money the best way they know how from this YouTube application. So you can't sling mud and say, hey, they on here all day, they too goddamn invested. What are they doing for their kids? We don't know what they doing for their children. All we know is that we can go offline, I can go to sleep and I could come back on, and some of the same people are still on YouTube. Hold up 1 minute, you guys. Hold up. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. Give me a minute right quick. Okay. I'm back. And a lot of T Lounge, and a lot of these people spend excessive amount of time. So you question and say, well, how can they be taking care of their kids? How can they be taking care of their husbands? How can they be taking care of their homes? I don't know. Maybe they multitasking. I can't call it, but I do say a lot of people spend an extensive amount of time on YouTube. And it's hard for me to believe that they are providing the proper care for their family. But am I one to judge? Absolutely not. Maybe my family think I'm on YouTube too much. I don't know, So I can't say. The only thing I could say is when we say, oh, they too invested, I just need to know what too invested is. What do you call too invested? People who's on here all day for hours, sitting on panels, going from chat to chat on panels. Is that too invested? People who you deem don't take care of their kids and they're on YouTube all day. Do you call that too invested? People who click on a live every 10 minutes to rebuttal something that they heard if they was hanging in the cloud, or somebody dropped a dime and say, hey, Miss T over there talking about you, and you got to come on and do a video to prove what? We don't know what is too invested. I know what I say is too invested, but that may not be your too invested. This is an entertainment app, and I think we should treat it as such. You know, you're not forced to sit here and listen to anyone. Hey, Latasha, baby, you're not forced to come on here and say shit to anybody. You make that choice. So we can't say, you know, it's weird stuff that happens around here. But you got to remember too, some people come on here and they make money. They make money by coming on here. You know, whether it's cash apps, super chats, or however they make their money, their content, their views, Google paying them, they here to make money. And so I don't know if I can say, oh, you too invested. So you mad. See, people, here's what killed me about YouTube. They get mad. Last week, you know, a content creator cussed me out and got mad because I was speaking on a subject matter that everybody on here in this beef sector spoke on. But it was a problem when I did it, but it wasn't a problem when they did it. See, so that you too invested, who do you care about? You can't tell me who I care about and what I care about and when I decide to care about them. That's me. You can't call shit on me when you doing the same thing. You just doing it in another way. We all come down here and give content. We just give it differently. Some people have more subscribers than the others. Some people can hold long panels and the same people be on their panels, and it is what it is. I'm not jealous. I'm not mad. I just come down here to do my commentary, and then, hey, baby girl, okay, I'll hit that in a minute, sugar. But I'm not one to say that they too invested. We all come down here and deliver our content. You may not like it. You don't even have to watch. That's the easiest thing to do. The easiest thing to do is just log the F off and go somewhere else. That's all. You ain't got to cuss people because you don't like what they say, but that's part of the beefing sector. But again, some people are adjacent to the beefing sector. They don't want to fucking beef. They just don't want to beef. People come and set you up. They come down here. They say shit to try to get you to beef with other people. You don't have to go. You don't have to answer every call. Just like on your phone. When you see somebody there, the number is scam. They deem it as scam, or you don't recognize it, just don't answer. You don't have to answer everybody. They want you to answer because they need more beefing people. They need more people to beef with. If you notice, the same people tend to use the same people as content. To me, that's getting old. I'm like, damn, you was just talking about this person. You go back and forth with the same person. We need something new. So they bring in something fresh here. They bring in, you know, a couple of challenges, a couple of contests, and that's something new. That's a little new flavor over here. And don't get offended or don't get upset if you don't have 500 or 600 people in your chat, baby. It's just not your time to have 500 or 600 people in your chat. You know, everybody gets a turn on this YouTube application, even in the beefing sector. And yeah, if I could go back and forth at different content creators or subbies, I could pull more numbers. That's not what it's about to me. I'm just down here giving my commentary. That's all. I don't give a shit who likes it or don't like it, you know? So giving your opinion over something you heard is not really too invested, though. I don't know. I don't know what. Again, I can't call what you call too invested. I say for me to sit on here all day, every day, that's too invested for me. But it may be their job. See, I have a job outside of YouTube that I'm really invested in because that's my 401. That's my paycheck, and that's a real investment that takes care of me. YouTube is something I do for fun, just for fun. I come down here, I give my little commentary, and I go on about my business. So I'm not too invested. Now, do you say because a person answers someone who's constantly messing with them and they decide to answer back, that's too invested? Absolutely not. They're giving content, they're responding. Is all content. It may not be the best content, but it's content, right? So you can't say, oh, they too invested because they came down here and they did a live cussing Joe Blowout because he was cussing them out. That may be too invested to you, but that may be the way they wanted to respond. We can't tell people how to respond. It is what it is. We all here every day, so we all are invested. And that's just a fact of the matter. We all are invested. How invested you want to be, that's up to you. How invested I want to be is up to me. You know, and Monty, if you feel like mixology, I have invested way too much time and opinions on this app. That's too invested. So you feel like that's too invested, then you know what to do, my dear. We all are too invested. We get over here and we get hyped for all the beef and the shit that goes on. We comment on it, so we all invested, you know, and it is what it is. You know, you just got to try to know how to balance this. Some people don't know how to balance this YouTube, you know, but then it is what it is. Why is the gumbo so good for breakfast? Help, sweet Jesus. Uh-oh, you got gumbo? Why is this gumbo? I don't know. I don't eat gumbo really. It's too much stuff in gumbo. So I don't care for gumbo that much. Now, I was going to get some crab legs yesterday because I went over there to Lips. Now, let me tell you something too. When I first came on here, I tried to support people the way that I knew how to support them. Click and view, and then I'll buy a product or I cash app them, super chat or whatever. That's my way, right? So I brought some hot sauce from Lips, and he's a mukbanger over there, and I was following him, and I never received my hot sauce. So I got back to the brother and I said, hey, listen, I didn't receive that hot sauce because I was just trying to support him. I saw a brother out there with a product. You know, he was doing this thing with mukbang. I like hot sauce. So I said, well, let me try. I never did receive the hot sauce. And I told him, hey, I didn't receive the hot sauce. Now, let me tell you a little bit about business. You know, when you are selling a product. Now, if I come to you and say, hey, listen, I didn't receive that product and I paid like $40, maybe 30 something for the product, to me, I would have replaced the product and said, I don't know what happened. You know, I do have a receipt where I mailed it out. It didn't get to you. But, you know, just making good, I will send you another product out. Now, you can't do that to everyone. However, sometimes you have to make a conscious decision as a business person to do that. Now, will I ever purchase another product? No. Am I saying it's his fault that I didn't get the product? No, but I made you aware that I didn't give the product, and I think you should have shipped me another one, even if I would have paid for the shipping to make good on your customer relationship. I'll say it like that, a customer relationship. So it is what it is. I didn't get the hot sauce, so I'm leery about supporting people. I brought a product from this sister that kept popping up, you know, and I brought a pair of tennis shoes, a pair of sneakers, and the shirt came with it in the cap, and I had got it for a price. You know, she sent me the shoes. The shoes are too small, you know, so I read the comments, and a lot of people were saying that the shoes were so small. So I got in contact with the sister and I told her, I said, hey, listen, I'm sending back the shoes. I had to pay. Now, mind you, I had to pay to ship the shoes back and pay for her to ship me the correct size, right? I said, now you have many comments saying that your product runs a little small. Perhaps you should put a disclaimer in there or put a notice for the people to purchase a size up, a half a size up. I said, because I think it's ludicrous for me. I paid for you to ship this stuff to me. Now I had to pay to ship it back and then for you to ship it back to me. I said, as a business person, I think that's bad business for you because you should have shipped me back my shoes. I said, I would never have sent back a pair of Nikes a pair of Gucci's, a pair of Fendi's, and they charged me to send them back, plus send them back to me. She said, well, we not a big company like that. Sometimes just even as a smaller company, you have to do what's best for your business. You have to please your customers. You should have said, hey, listen, I'll send the shoe back. You don't have to pay for it. But again, I turned my girlfriend on to her. The same thing happened to her, and I will never buy anything from that sister again. I'm not going to say her name, but it was nice products. I get compliments because the shoes match the shirt and the cap, and is really nice for casual wear. But I will never purchase anything from her. Now, has she made it right for me? Because I'm just one person. I don't know how many people call and complain, but I would have said, okay, sis, you don't have to pay. I'm going to ship them for free. I appreciate your business. Now, I will never purchase nothing from you again. And you got nice stuff, and it was quality stuff, but you lost a customer, behind $9 shipping fee, but it is what it is. So it is. Kind to me, yes, I had a good birthday. Yes. Okay. Old girl, shoes too small. F these online clowns trying to make money. She was a black business, and it was the holiday, and I call myself supporting her. I have purchased several items from different content creators in the beef sector. Each time has always been a positive experience. Diva brought a nice shirt from James. Nice shirt. We did a little video. I don't think I ever uploaded, or maybe I did. She purchased a product from him. We never had no problem, never no docs and no crazy shit like that. So some people sell products and they stand behind their products. But again, as a business person selling a product, if I have an unhappy customer, that unhappy customer will tell 1,000 customers how unhappy they were. And that would make people a little leery about purchasing my product, and that's why I never charge for my boxes. Is always a gift. You make some good drinks now, Monty. You done sent me and Diva a drink that knock you off your feet. Your holiday special. You good at what you do. You're cooking and everything. Customer service wins every time. It does. Customer service wins every time. Thank you for stopping by, Latasha. You have a great day. So if it's people on here selling products and you feel as though you want to support them, go ahead and take a chance on supporting them. Everybody don't have your address, set up a PO box, and I don't think everyone is out to dox you. Okay, so support the way you find the support. Why didn't you buy from me? What was you selling, JD? Don't come in. Customer service no longer exists. Societies had turned it around on the customer. I don't give my power to those folks. Okay, so not one bad experience. Well, good. I'm glad y'all haven't had. Like I said, I only purchased 2 things offline, and I had a bad experience when it comes to a content creator. I have never purchased anything from a content creator. I don't believe I have. I'm trying to think. Like I said, Diva has, but I never had. So Jay Dunn, I must have missed it. What was you selling? She just being like, hey, sassy boo. Oh, we waiting for your show. I'm waiting for your show. Let me speak for myself. So with that being said, support is support, you guys. Thank you for all your support when you come down here and do a click and view. But I would like for you to hit that like. Is always a plus if you send a cash app or a super chat. But I don't be down here drilling that in your head. But I appreciate you just coming in here to vibe with me. Now, I'm going to hold. Oh, you're not going live? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold a round table right now. And the discussion is too invested, and we want to stick to the topic. What do you view to be too invested and a man, a husband responsibility? And the reason why, because so much stuff been going on down here with men in relationships, that I thought it would be a great topic to allow you all the opportunity to express in a positive way with no backlash, hopefully. Because every time you say something about one of these goddamn clowns, or just a topic in general, they believe is about them. But I want to talk about men, especially black men, and black women relationships. Are black women settling? Are they just settling to say that they have a man? A half a man is better than no man at all. And I think a lot of women are settling because I don't know if they think that we don't have the pickings are very slim. For one, it depends on where you go. It depends on what you require from a man. How a man compliments you, and you could compliment a man, and what type of relationship you're establishing. Because for me, certain men have to present themselves in a certain way for me even to like you. And it's not always about the looks, it's not always about money, but it's how do they compliment you as being a partner. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this link. You are welcome to come up here, but I want to stick to the topic, and it depends on how many people decide to come up. I want to make sure that there's a time. Don't get up here and just try to spend up all the time. Stick on the topic, else I'm going to ask you to leave, okay? So, my first thing is, what do you require from a man for him to even be suitable to get into a relationship with you? You can engage in the chat, but I'm going to drop the link. Or a partner, but I'm dealing with men right now because there's so many women out here that don't have men, and they say if that's what they prefer, if they in a heterosexual relationship, that's what we talking about. Where are all the men? Where are all the men? What do you require in a man? Are you looking for a six-figure man? A man that could provide, a man that support, a man that protect, a man that loves you, a man that balance you, make you feel good? Are you just looking for a man because you don't have a man? So some man is better than no man at all. Because I think a lot of women are getting caught up, especially black women. I see so many black women, beautiful black young women, mothers being unalived or abused by their mate. Is it hard to pick what you call a soulmate? How would you find a soulmate? I'm not sure what you are looking for in a soulmate or in a man. I'm not sure, but I want to drop this link. You are welcome to come up here and speak your mind, okay? Let's just keep it respectful. One man is better than a half a man. What do you mean by that, Lorraine? Hey, Jill, what's happening, baby? Michi, integrity. She looking for integrity. People look for different things. Now, even in that fashion show last night, I'm going to relate back to this. There was this gentleman that I thought would be the type of man to a certain degree, even though I believe they all were gay men, the quality of clothing that they brought, the swag and the flavor and the vibe is something I was looking for, and I thought one of the gentlemen, like, damn, he got swag, he brought it, even though he did not win top. King Roman News won top model over there. Congratulations to King Roman News. You look for different things in men. I like a swag, I like a vibe, I like stability, I like financial stability, I like comfort, protection, I like a man. I like a semi-tall man. Unfortunately, I've been married to two short men, believe it or not, not that tall. That's so funny. But anywho, I like a man that smells good, that's clean, that got swag to him, like a Obama type with a little meat on him. I don't like no bones. So it is what it is. But everybody pick their mate for certain reasons. But there's so many women getting unalived by the hands of their so-called husbands or boyfriends that I'm not sure what's going on. Does it pump fear into us to make us just say, I'll stay single because you're not sure who's out there and what's out there and what's coming your way? I don't know. I just know that it's a lot of black women, single black women, and I don't think all women are single by choice. Are they looking for something that they don't compare to? You have to be equally yoked. That's in the Bible. I don't know what's going on, but there's so many single women out here. And why? You know, now I'm not gonna have no man, and I will hope no man will have me where I sit on YouTube, and call another woman a bags of bitches and hoes and speak foul and nasty and malicious and hurtful to another woman. I couldn't be that man's woman to know that he even talked like that to another woman. That really perplexes me. Like, how could you call that your man when that shit is coming out his mouth? So if he talked to them like that, because remember, respect goes a long way, and most people will show you just how well they respect their mothers and their wives and their girlfriends by the way that they talk. And you presenting to us this type of man you are, I'm sure you that same type of man with your woman. Now that's just me. But anywho, I'm gonna drop this link and somebody could come on and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Cause I think that I'm not gonna have no man on here cussing out another queen, a sister, and saying nasty foul shit to him like that. You couldn't be no man of mine, and you definitely not gonna stay home and be on YouTube all day or on social media gaming or whatever you do. You're not gonna be there all day and I'm out working, you out here cussing out a bunch of women folk that you really don't know. That's just not something I will see in a man of mine. You know, I don't even like a man. Check this out. I don't even like a man. Hold on, let me make sure this are. I don't even like a man to tell me you retire, but you ain't got no goddamn money to travel. Sassy, that's you?
Hey,
Oh, hey, baby. What's going on with your voice, beautiful?
I was just out yesterday doing too much. That's all, but I feel great.
Oh, okay. Okay. What's up, Sassy? What you got going on
Good
over here?
morning. Happy Sunday. I'm chilling today. I got a headache that I can't get rid of. I think it might be sinus.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, but I'm just chilling. I was out all day yesterday, so I am sitting still in bed underneath this weighted blanket chilling.
Mm.
And I saw you were on, and it's been a minute since we talked. How are you
I
doing?
know. I'm doing well. I was a little under the weather yesterday, baby, because I had a couple of drinks and it
Mm-hmm.
felt like I was coming down with something. And I think I was dehydrated. So it made me very tired.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, but I had to come on and wish Queen Diva a happy
I
birthday.
I saw that title last night when I was scrolling when I came in. That's when I gave her birthday wish as soon as I came in. What a great support she is to everybody, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
hope she had a fabulous birthday yesterday.
Thank you, Sassy. I'm sure she appreciate that.
Yeah,
Um, so I want to know, and I wanted to host this little panel, and I wish I would have had a lot of more people. And this is what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm gonna start networking, going out to other areas to bring other people on board here, so we can have a diverse conversation and not just in our own area. I know people like to stay in their sector. However, we need some diversity here. Even when it comes to the competitions, the judges, I think we need different judges and I think we need different people getting involved. So I really do. I really do. Because I think some of the people are kind of biased because it's their B sector people.
I
But I
didn't see the competition last night. My boo thing,
think
Chocolate Bay, was in there, and I heard some
he was.
mixed reviews. But yeah, so I'm not a big fan of the competitions. They don't really hold my interest, but I
Okay.
am a big fan of listening to the recaps afterwards and what everybody's opinions were. So I hope everybody had a great time and
Mhm.
it went well.
It was pretty nice. It was different. I like that it wasn't no mess. However, people was in the chat doing what they do in the chat, but it was a different flavor. And I commend all the people who participated in, the event. They came through for him in the clutch because he had like 10 people from the start.
Right.
And
I
some
heard
people
that.
just, yeah, some people decided not to show. But all in all, it was very nice. I think the judges were pretty good. I think the judges were
Good.
pretty good for some of them to. Nah, because I'm a brown on being beef. I don't know pretty PR chick. Do you know her?
Not. I mean, yeah, I know of her. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hold on. Okay, so she was there. Hold on. Here's JD. J Dunn, that's you.
Yes, Miss T Velocity, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well, baby. Hold on. So I think it was. I think they bringing
Hey,
something.
Don.
Hey, Sassy, how are you?
How you
I
not speaking to me?
Well, I was waiting my turn.
Okay.
oh, I think they brought something different to the beef sector, and they trying to bring different. I just think because of the same people participate, it could be a little like, it's the same judges, it's the same participant.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. I think we need to reach over into other areas and probably ask other people to join us. Jill Comfort Zone had a very diverse group for panelists, and I mean for contestants as well as judges. So that brought nice balance and flavor.
Well, that's because it was a safer environment, and that's because
Mhm.
Jill comes from a different sector. So she knows people.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even know if people realize some of her judges were YouTubers that, have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I was so excited
Oh.
to see one of my favorite mukbangers on there. Um, so I think that depends on, I don't personally think that you're going to be able to gather that type of support like immediately. I think well, I know for a fact that Jill has cultivated these relationships over years, right? So it's
Uh-huh.
just going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Also, the way that we pick apart people, not
Mm,
but the way that they pick apart people because it is the beef sector.
right.
I mean, we're gonna have to go to other ratchet communities because they're gonna be like, oh my gosh. And that also it keeps other people from the beef sector that may want to join, that I think I would agree, I would believe that that would also keep them off the panels, from them wanting to discourage them, excuse me, from wanting to join. Because personally, I mean, I cook, I'm a great cook, but I'm not joining anything to have somebody overly critique me because I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh wow, that's a great point, Sassy.
I wouldn't
Great
have any
point.
problem showing my
Yeah.
kitchen, showing myself. I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to tell me when and where to put on gloves. Nobody's going to tell me when and where to clean up. I know how to clean up. I'm real grown. I know when to put on gloves and when not to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to, in addition to that, I'm not going to wait around for 4 and 5 hours. I don't have that kind of time. So
I would
it's a,
have to agree. I would have to agree with
I
Sassy and
agree.
Hey Sassy.
hey girl.
Because yeah, even with the Cornish hen competition that they had recently, that's what they was like, well, Jay Dunn, you should have got into the Cornish hen competition. But these people so vile out here. I was not trying to get into the competition because I didn't want them to call probation on me and accuse me of killing the hen.
Girl,
Like
shut up.
when it comes to these food competitions with animals, with the birds, I'm scared. So
You're
that's why I
so,
don't even
so
compete.
silly.
And so
You are
I tell
so
you one thing. You know, she kind of so sad, but I do know this. They tend to critique really harsh, and some people are just mean spirited. So it doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna see you in a different light. That's why I said, and I hear what you say when you say we need to cultivate relationships like that, and that's what I said. If you plan on doing any type of event, challenge or contest, perhaps you need to go out and cultivate. But like Sassy said, that was a great point, Sassy. We over here in the B sector are so harsh, other people wouldn't want to get involved. And that's the sad thing because there's good people over here, it's positive people over here, and it's talented people over here. But you will never be able to show that in a good light because it's so much negativity over here. That's the
And
truth.
go
on
ahead,
a
Joe.
So go ahead.
serious, well, I was just gonna say on a serious note though, Miss T Velocity, I think that competition last night was the most diverse one that we've seen. Because y'all haven't seen Lincoln. Y'all have not seen Miles before. Those are two new people that were up in the competition who came over. And they are not really beef sector. They came from over there by James. That's when I first was introduced to them. And from his Spill It Boy TV channel, not Treasure Lane. And also,
Yeah.
the judges were actually new. I've never seen Newbie judge anything or host anything. The pretty PR chick, I've never seen her get involved. Um, Fi Babe was there, but Fi Babe typically isolates herself. I've never seen her judge a competition. So I think that that was as much diversity as we've gotten so far. I would like to see more.
Besides Jill's was the most diverse, and into Miss T Velocity's point, people that we didn't, that most of the beef sector did not even know, and
Uh-huh.
they were on the same accord. But yeah, you're right. I mean, of the beef sector people, yeah, you're right, Jadon. That's a pretty. I mean, that's a new crew, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is because people are still right now, and it's crazy. The two new dudes that came from a different area. If I'm going to be honest, they're the ones that showed out. I
Mhm.
watched it.
I think
They
so
showed
too.
out.
I think so too. My vote was for someone different. Much as I love me some King Roman news, my vote was not for him to be number one. Now I do believe that the gentleman Lincoln Berries, I think his production was overboard for this type of setting. But that goes to show you what type of man he is. He's just classy. That's just who
I
he is.
didn't
That's his
see.
vibe. That's just who he is. When he goes out, he go way out. Just walking his dog. You know what I mean? You saw some good points about him, and you could pick up on somewhat what type of person he was. You know, now King Roman News brought the categories into its entirety. He was a little active, a little sporty. Then he brought business, and then he brought night out. You know, so his when he brought the categories, they was well suited for the when he brought his attire, it was well suited for the categories. That's what I could say. And maybe that's what the judges saw. I don't know exactly what they
But
saw.
now, Miss T Velocity, first off, I want to say, well, I got two things. So there is a such thing as knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. And Lincoln came into that competition knowing his strengths and his weaknesses. And one of his weaknesses is his height, live on the camera. He said that he is 6'4". So he is too tall to be in the frame. So that's why he had those video productions to show himself. And then he came on live and showed the outfit later or after the clip. So I think that he should have got good points for that because you have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And unfortunately, when you almost 7 feet tall, it ain't much you could do trying to stand in front of a camera lens. I get it. But the other thing that I wanted to say now about King Roman, and he might get upset, he can, but it's hard for me to because he had great outfits. I don't take that away from him. But when you are the one that came up with the categories, you were the one that knew what categories were going to be because you were the one that created them. So you had a leg up on the competition, in my opinion, because you created the activewear, you created the night on the town, you created the business attire, you created all that. So you had knowledge of all of that before everybody else did. So you were able to execute better because you already knew the concept. And
I,
I think that's the thing that is just bothering me about the competition.
well, I'm gonna tend to disagree with you, Jay Dunn, and here's why.
I'm gonna
If
come
I
back,
say
ladies, because
to
I did
you,
not see the competition. I don't think it's fair for me to speak on it. I'll talk to you guys
no,
later.
no,
Okay.
no, Sassy. Okay. I don't want you to leave because I'm gonna.
No, Sassy, you gotta stay because she want to talk about men, and that's
Yeah,
why I didn't
hold
click
on,
the. Yeah, that's why I didn't click
hold
the
on.
link initially.
Hold on, Sassy, stay your butt right there because
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
talk to you. But this is what I will say. Okay, you didn't see the competition, so we gonna go ahead and move forward. But this is what I will say. If I say to you, Sassy J Dunn, we're going out for the night. I want you to we go dress down. We go dress down. Just wear something casual. I told you how I wanted you to present yourself. Now, if you come there in a ball gown, that's on you. So no, I don't think he had a leg up because of that. So I'm going to disagree with that. Because he told them the categories. So it was your job to dress to the categories, okay? So we gonna agree to disagree on that, J Dunn. But let's switch to this, JD. I know you here.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about men. What do you and this not gonna be good for you, JD, because you are a gay woman. However, you still know expectations. Now, I have a problem when you have a man and a man. What does this? Let me see how I want to put this. Sassy, I want you to ask this. What do you expect in a man, Sassy? Let me ask you that.
A lot. I mean, in regards to, I don't know. I mean, I can answer that so many ways. I mean, when we first meet each other, I expect attentiveness. I expect openness, transparency. Then when we get deeper in there, I expect honesty. I expect for you to be, you to share your life with me. I expect kindness, generosity. I mean, it's just a lot. I expect a lot.
You expect a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I
I
think
do.
I told y'all what I expect. I expect, somebody to love me. Well, I didn't. I want a man who compliments me and who want what's best for me. And we pour and share into each other. I like to be with a man. I like to be um hold on. I know what I'm trying to say. I done got thrown off though. I want a man that protects me, love me for me, that compliments me, that I can share my life with, that enjoys some of the same things I do. I want somebody who's financially secure for one. You don't have to make, six figures time two, but I just need you to know I just need a man that's able to handle his finances and have good credit and things like that. And we're able to build together because I remember in my second marriage, my husband and I, we started off with nothing, but we built something great. However, the marriage didn't last for whatever reason, but we built things together and we enjoyed building things together and we was proud of what we built. So I don't think a man for me would be someone who's not bringing something to the table. You got to be confident. You got to be loving. You got to be a little silly acting because I like to be a little silly. We got to laugh together. I like spontaneity sometimes, but I like a man who's solid. Now, with that being said, JD, I go ahead and tell us what you think, J Dunn, because I mean she's up here. Go ahead, J Dunn.
I just want men to leave me alone. And on that
Okay,
note, bye y'all.
bye.
Bye, Jay.
So, with that being said, what do you think about a man who's on a social media site saying a bunch of foul things about women? What do you say about that, Sassy? Because I view that as if you talk to other women like that, you probably talk to me like that.
Most definitely, yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
nothing to say about it. I mean, different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? I know one of my first criteria with my ex that you guys are aware of that I met online was that he had not spoken to any other women in his personal space from this platform. And I meant any, as in
Mhm.
one would have been too much.
Okay.
So, because I knew for me, I knew that the area that we were in, I mean, maybe he had a slip of judgment, or maybe, this person is not as trustworthy as I am, or, what I'm saying? I'm just now getting to know him. I don't need to get to know your ex too. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
try to find out if she's going to dox you or find out if she's going to be messy, or I just didn't want to deal with anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first question. I asked him, and then I asked around town. I asked some real OGs that was going to tell me the truth. Like, what have you heard?
Mm.
Nobody came up with anything. He said absolutely not. So I continued to get to know him. So, but that's me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but a lot of these, I mean, most of the women that are having any type of issues with men that they're dating online, the blueprint has already been set forth. So it's nothing for them to be surprised about.
I agree. Do you think perhaps is the area where you meet them at?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
Oh.
Girl, I could tell. No.
But I thought you didn't meet, I didn't think you met Langston in the B sector. I thought, now I could be wrong, but I thought I heard you say that you met him Discord or somewhere else.
No. No. I mean, Langston got
Oh,
to know Sassy in the beef sector, and that's when he was smitten with Sassy and he started coming, courting me or trying to get my attention.
oh, I
I
always
said
thought that was
we
somewhere
talked.
else.
We no, there's no way for me to meet them, anybody in on Discord.
Oh,
I have to already know them. I said that's where we first started conversing is on Discord. But
oh,
that
okay.
was after he had already gotten my attention and was trying to like court me out loud in public. It's just a lot of people didn't, they weren't paying attention to it. But that's how he got me into his private Discord.
Mm. So if he was a man that was on here calling women a bag of bitches and hoes and doing different things, would you have still liked him because you like the entertainment?
No, that's that this and these people have nothing to do with my personal life.
No, I'm just saying. I was just wondering, would he still have
These
been
people
a
have
choice?
absolutely nothing to do with my personal
Mhm.
life. I don't entertain men in my real life that call women bitches and whores, and
Okay.
that's not my life. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Um, at all. So I definitely wouldn't put up with it online. No.
oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. Like he wouldn't have even been able to have talked to another woman and talk to me. So he
Hmm.
definitely ain't gonna be able to talk about other women and talk to me.
Okay.
No, but see, this is that one of those kind of conversations where what's right for me is apparently not right for the next person, right? Yeah,
Right.
Jay Dunn. A lot of people weren't on stereo with us, but he would that was part of his courting stage. I was on stereo with someone else, Phoebe, sweet Phoebe, and he would come over every Saturday and listen to us for 3 hours on stereo. And that was part of the courting stage. We weren't talking personally yet. That was
Hmm.
just him courting me. But
Hmm.
nevertheless, um people like different things, you know what I'm saying? And so my thought process is always like if you're ratchet, if
Hmm.
you do certain things, then birds of a feather. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So why wouldn't they? That may not bother a person who doxes or who calls people on people and do this and do that. It may not bother them. I have to use names because there's so many people here. So for Kiki and Octavius, Kiki just finished doxing Noble. She had to fly across country to go to court.
Hmm.
She's really
Hmm.
overly
Yeah.
involved in the YouTube shenanigans. So why would he bother her if her man called her a bitch or call other women a bitch?
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why would he? Like,
Yeah.
that would be kind of weird for her to all of a sudden. I mean, because he said, he told Ken Nolan News, don't be calling my bitch, blah, blah, blah. Everybody was like,
Oh,
why are you
I
calling her
heard
a
that.
bitch?
I
Yeah.
heard that.
But
And you know what? They use that term real loosely. See, I would never pick no man
mm,
that called no bitches. I don't play that. But I heard him say that. I did hear him say that when they were going back and forth. I did hear that. I thought that may have been for me. Now, this just me. I don't know Octavius like that, and I'm glad you said him. I don't know Octavius. I've watched a little bit of Kiki, baby. I only could do so much of some of this shit. But I thought it was a slip of the tongue. I really did.
and it may have been. That's what I'm saying. Even slip of the tongue or not, right? Like
Right.
why would that bother her? Because you know what I'm saying? Or he said other things. I wouldn't want my man up there talking about somebody's butthole are talking
Yeah.
about gay, 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 gay all
Yeah.
day long. I just would not prefer it. But for them, maybe it's just par for the course.
So I do, because when he said that, I think they were in a little heated battle on carries, right? Very carry.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now, do we know? We don't know because no one was over there to ask her, and I'm not that, I'm not going to ask her, but it could have hurt her, and they could have talked behind the scenes about
They
him
could have.
talking to that bitch.
They could
We don't
have.
know that
Yeah.
because I think she have more respect for him and probably view him as a different type of man. But you're right. If you met him here, calling bitches and hoes and talking about other women, he's probably no different. But then again, he could be different. Some people
It's not
adapt
about
to the
him.
environment.
Let's say this, because I know you're trying to be careful. It's not about, I'm not saying, suggesting that he flat out calls her bitches and
Uh-huh.
hoes. What I'm saying is that she has to know the guy that she's getting to know, right? Like
Right.
if somebody told me that my ex was over on anybody's panel calling
Mhm.
anybody, let alone fucking me, okay? But anybody, bitches and hoes, I would know that they're lying, okay? That's just point blank, period. It's not going to happen ever.
Mhm.
So you like, I'm not saying that what he's doing to her and all that. What I'm saying is he
Uh,
has the propensity to call women out of their names and not think second about it. What I'm saying is that he had him, and I'll tell you something, I'm picking on you, honey, just so I don't have to pick on people I like. That's all. So if you're listening, I'm sorry, but I'm just picking on you. But there's many more examples than you. But he has the propensity to go off on women and tell their business. He has the propensity to call overly and overly and overly call men agates and use these
mhm.
horrible slurs and talk about gay, gay, gay. That's
Mhm.
this is what I'm just saying. He has it in him to do it. So
Mhm.
then, therefore, there should not be a surprise that he not only is doing it, but if one day he does it to you.
Got you. Exactly. 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 I see where you're going. Yeah. You wouldn't be surprised if he did it to her. But
No,
I'm just saying at that moment, I thought it was a slip of the
but
tongue.
do I
Yeah.
think he's over there calling her a whole bunch of a bag of bitches? No, I do not.
No,
No, I do
no,
not.
I don't think so.
I do not.
Yeah.
But again, that he just, I mean, you know,
Let
it,
me ask you. Go ahead.
it is what I'm just like, hey, but birds of a feather and people like what they like. Kiki was
Yeah.
also smitten with Ken. Ken has said the most disgusting, vile, vulgar things that I personally have ever heard. I didn't know people talk like that on the internet. You know what I mean? I didn't know one's imagination could go so far. So apparently that's just her zhuzh. That's what she likes.
Mhm.
So that's just
Dang.
an example
Yeah.
of, you see what I'm
I
saying? So
see what
again,
you're saying.
there's other examples,
Mhm.
but if I like you, I'm probably going to be biased when there's nothing that happened. We just willy-nilly talking about a conversation. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
mean, a topic. So I don't want to just throw other people under the bus, but there's plenty of examples.
Yeah, there are plenty of examples. And I don't foresee some of the relationships that these people have on here, and this is just me, really being that solid for one and for lasting. I don't see it for lasting. It's too much of your personal business put on display here. So eventually, I believe it will weaken a relationship, and the relationship will be just over. And the unfortunate thing with a lot of relationships or several relationships we've seen on here, when it's over, everyone knows about it because everything is brought to YouTube, you know, and so
That's the way they like it, though. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it
Like
will be, yeah,
they have an example in front of them where it does not have to be like that.
yeah,
But again, then we're going back to the beginning of trying to determine if this man is respectful. He's trying
respectful,
to
right,
determine if I'm respectful, right? I'm
right,
pretty sure he wouldn't want me doing wet t-shirt concert contests and
exactly,
twerking contests. I'm pretty
mhm,
sure if I had participated in those, there would have never been a me and him, right? So
right,
just like I had my list, he had his list, you know? And
okay,
so when you're dealing with people who coming on in their bras and they showing their big, pretty,
mm,
light skin
mm,
thighs, and
mm,
like, what are we talking about here? So I understand the want and need to put like what we with us traditionalists would call
Mhm.
like our viewpoint on them, but they're not traditionalists. I mean, who gets in an argument and starts a personal argument and starts talking about it in an open chat?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have been devastated.
Yeah. You're right. And I guess when you look at the environment, actually it is what it is. I have a hard time though respecting a man and seeing you as a man. That's the problem here. I don't see you as a man when you do the things that you do that's being done down here, talking to women like that and talking about children and spending so much time on this application when you have a wife and children to attend to. I don't view you as the type of man that I would select. I don't
But nor
foresee.
should you, because that's not birds of a feather. But apparently, like I said, with a lot of these people, what was the last? Oh, remember, official, the seven situation, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember in my commentary, and I said, y'all can miss me with the dumb shit because something wrong with that wife too. That wife is mentally
Exactly.
challenged too.
Now, exactly.
So
Exactly.
birds of a feather, Miss
Exactly.
T. That's why
Mhm.
I urge people to try to, as much as they can, to try to separate themselves. And separate does not mean elevate. It just means there's a separation. It's just like at work. You don't go eat lunch with everybody at work. You're not
Exactly.
committed to going to after hours to happy hour with everybody at work. You just commingle with the people that's more like you. You know what I'm
You.
saying? And
Yeah.
so it doesn't mean that I'm better or worse or that I have a different position.
Mhm.
Some of these people I am absolutely better than, but you understand what I'm saying. But
Mhm.
it's not coming from ego, that's facts. But it's just I just look at them like, oh, we're different. We are different because
Mhm.
I'm not saying my stuff is perfect. Lord knows I'm not saying that some of the men that I've chosen, child, they got issues, I got issues, but
Right.
it's more dysfunctionality than it is high level trauma.
Mm.
Okay, there's a
Okay.
big,
Great
you know what I'm saying?
perspective. Yeah. Great
Yeah,
perspective.
so
I love
I'm
it
not
so
so
much.
sometimes when I'm talking, I forget to remind people because see, I don't think nobody is perfect. So I forget to remind people, say ain't no way Sassy is perfect. So I have to laugh at
Ain't
that one,
none
baby.
of us
Sassy ain't
perfect.
perfect, okay?
Ain't none of us
Sassy ain't
perfect.
nowhere near perfect, honey, okay?
Yeah,
Just
ain't
has a
none of
little
us
bit of
perfect.
decorum and couth about herself, okay? And she was
Mhm.
raised with two parents that believe in two parents from the projects that grew
Mhm.
up with class, okay? Let's speak on it.
Yeah.
But so it's just a small nuance. But yeah, child, these people out here, they having fun, Miss T Velocity. They having fun, even though we're sitting in awe. They are
Mhm.
having a fucking blast. Can't nobody make me think they not. Okay. They are trauma bonding with each other.
Mhm.
They are codependent
Mhm.
and they are attention whores. And
Mhm.
they absolutely need and thrive off the attention that they somewhere in their some type of high level of trauma did not receive. Now I hate to diagnose them, but it's the blueprint has already been out there. It's out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. 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 You don't
So
want.
for me,
You don't.
for me, I take the parts and bits and pieces that I can laugh on, and you won't ever hear me talk about the other stuff. See, that's what the Sunday recap is about. It's about us making fun of the shenanigans.
Mhm.
Because if I'm not
Yeah.
laughing, then I'll go do something else, which I do quite often do.
I and I often say this, and I think it could get, it may. I don't. I can't see, for me. This just me. I cannot see a man of my choice or my husband watching this bullshit. I can't see that,
You
and
can
that's
say
so.
that. I
I
get it.
don't. I don't. I just don't see no real man.
Mhm.
And
Let's
they
talk about
all
it.
men. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I can see the gay ones,
Yeah.
gossiping and throwing bitches, but I can't see for the life of me how a real man in a certain position in life would enjoy watching this shit down here. I can't see it, Sassy. I'm
Well,
just
there
being
are. I mean, I was with one, and I
yeah.
know him for real, and he ain't
Yeah.
lying. He's never told you guys anything about his position in life, but
No.
it's exactly what you would assume it to be. Okay, let's say that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
education, work, everything is bank account. It's
Okay.
exactly what you would assume. What he puts out there is
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, I definitely understand not wanting a partner that's in these shits as well. I'm
Yeah.
not going to act like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I
Mm-hmm.
get that. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
look for anybody who was in the beef sector. It just happened.
Right. Right.
But now that we have the introductory of these other sectors with all of these
Mm-hmm.
heterosexual men, we have,
Mm-hmm.
remember, your homegirl. I don't want to say her name because she ain't in the situation, but remember your a girl that you was really cool with that got involved with another guy and he was in another sector. He was married, separated. He was in the Black consciousness sector.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have made a choice, but that's just me.
I
I know
know, but
you're
I'm
coming.
not. But right now, we're
Okay.
not talking. We're just talking about heterosexual men
Men.
that are
Mm-hmm.
on these platforms. They may not specifically be in the B sector,
Mm-hmm.
but the Mo3 is full of the ratchets. A lot of these women,
Mm-hmm.
they need a ratchet man because they ratchet. They need a ghetto man because they ghetto. They need a man to
Mm-hmm.
drive a bus because they drive a bus, right? So they're
Mm-hmm.
equally yoked. And that
Mm-hmm.
sector is full of heterosexual men that love this shit day in and day out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I understand people's mentality of saying, well, what heterosexual man would like this?
Yeah.
That's only 3 sectors. There
Mm-hmm.
is probably 100 more
Mm-hmm.
that have heterosexual men that are involved with the mess on a day-to-day basis. And
Mm-hmm.
I think now would I do it again? 99.9% no. Um, what if I was to meet somebody in my real life?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna know about YouTube, right?
Right. Well, you'll let them know that you do YouTube. Well, will they sit there and watch YouTube with
They they won't even have a choice, Miss T. Like, okay, let me tell you a story.
you? Yeah.
I was with my ex before the ex y'all know when I
Mm-hmm.
first came on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I already told you this story because this is deja vu. But one time we were out of town and he had fallen asleep and I had turned on YouTube on the hotel TV on the hotel TV. I turned on YouTube
I never
and
heard
I
this
was
story.
watching Rico. Now this was like 4 years ago when Rico was in the midst of a whole bunch of shenanigans.
Ricoing. Mm-hmm.
Rico was cursing up a storm, acting a complete fool. The TV woke him up and he said, "What in the F are you watching?" And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, it's YouTube. I'm so sorry. I can't find my earbuds, or I didn't want to get up and go be digging for my earbuds." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next time I was at my house and he walked in the house and he's like, and it was Wiley on the TV, and Wiley was acting a fool. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "What in the world? What are you? Is this another one? What you watching?" And I was like, "This is the YouTube stuff." Now, y'all didn't even know me at the time. I was just watching from the no, wait. Y'all might have known me. I can't remember. But I was a heavy cloud watcher for like a year while I was with him.
Mm-hmm.
And my point is that he traveled for work a lot. And then when he was at home, he was working 12 hours a day. So I could kind of get away with it,
Mm-hmm.
but he still was made aware of it. And I just think the people that are saying that are people that, and this is typical of people, unless you go through it, you have no idea. But
Mm-hmm.
until you go through it or you're presented with it, until that first
Right.
time, that man that you like, and he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "What is this you watching?" And then he
Mm-hmm.
gets a chuckle or a laugh out of something, and then the next time you watch it, he's like, "Oh, turn it on such and such." It's no different from a man watching Love and Hip Hop or
Mm-hmm.
Married to Medicine or whatever. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
all of them do, but some of them do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it happens. It sometimes it happens. Now, my next relationship, will they be clicking links? Absolutely not, because they won't be familiar.
Well, I tell you, I was
Will
watching
they
this.
be in the chat? Hell no.
I was watching this with my friend one day years ago when I first started doing YouTube, and he asked me what was that, and he was listening. He said, "Oh no, we not about to watch this shit." Nah, and I cut it off because that was
And
not his choice to watch, and
and
it was
that's
my
gonna
choice
and
to
that could
watch.
happen as well, right? That can.
But at that point, I compromised. That's not something he watched, and so we turned on something we both watched together. To be honest with you, he was like, "No, what is this shit? They just screaming and hollering at each other. Who are these people?" And I just cut it off,
But
because I
again,
wanted
but
the
they, but
entertainment.
I love that example because that's pretty much the ex's example. Like, we're not about to
Mhm.
do this, right?
Yeah.
What had if I had introduced him to Miss T Velocity and Sassy just talking on a panel,
Hmm. It
and
might have been
Sassy,
different,
it absolutely
right?
could have been different. So I
Could be
like the
different.
absolutes. I like the absolutes
Hmm.
because I'm such a great person and I can debate absolutes all day. But
Yeah,
you can't really tell me anything unless you've gone through it in this instance. Because
exactly.
again, I definitely did not want to date anybody in this sector, was not looking for anybody in this sector, did not think anybody would be worthy in this sector, to be quite honest. And then bloop, here we go. So I just absolutes are cute, and then
Mhm.
there's the universe order, so it
Well,
is what it is.
yeah, he said, "Nah, we not watching that shit." I'm
That
telling
shit
you the
right
truth,
there, nigga.
and I never cut it on again around him. I
Yeah.
never did, and I just thought, no, we'll watch something that entertains the both of us, and that was not one of them. Again, I can't for myself, and thank you who corrected me saying about real men opposed to if a man is real or not. You absolutely right. I would say no man of mine would even enjoy this ratchetness. I'm not a ratchet person. I can be ratchet now ratchet shit. We all could be ghetto or ratchet if we have to, if we got a little bit of black in us, and I come from New Jersey. But
Black. No,
but
white people can be white people,
well
Hispanic people,
well
Asian people. They
I don't I
ratchet.
mean, yeah,
Okay.
good correction, baby girl. Nope, nope. Good correction. I'm talking about me being a black woman from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Let me put it like that. A black woman from New Jersey. Hold on, here's JD one time. That's you, J Don?
Yeah, it's me, Mz.Teavalocity. I'm gonna wait my turn. I'm just gonna
Okay.
go on mute.
Let me put it like that. Me being a black woman from New Jersey, I do have some ghetto-ness and ratchetness in me, and my partner know I could be ghetto and ratchet, but is that something I display all the time in our relationship? I don't have to because we don't have a relationship like that. So I can't imagine sitting down and us watching this and he hear another man calling another woman a bitch or something like that. That's
Like
just not
yeah,
what
I agree. I just want to say this. I think it's contextual. I think it's
yeah.
situational. And the point is that absolutely I'm not specifically T Lounge saying this live. I'm saying
Yeah.
any live. You have to understand the nuance. It
Mm-hmm.
could be a live that man would thought was funny. Not this live, not it doesn't
Right.
matter. It could have been a
Right.
lie that
Oh,
that person think is funny, and then oops, then they're like, oh, who is that? And then they could think
mhm,
somebody is, nice to look at, or I don't know. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I listen, I say keep them away from the beef sector, but I think it's quite interesting, and I think that people should turn the mirror on themselves. If you're so embarrassed by what you're
mhm,
watching, what you wake up watching, and what you go to sleep watching,
mhm,
perhaps people need to check themselves and what they're watching, because I'm not
mhm,
even putting this off on another person. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'll present myself and tell them that hey, I have this ratchet little hobby, but I think my situation is under control. I can, I travel a lot. I can sneak it in. I can sneak mine in. You know what I'm saying? And I say sneak in, but I'll be transparent with them and say I watch it when you're not around. But
mhm.
this I don't like the twinge of like judgment about what this is what we do all day, every day.
Mhm.
So is Jamila's husband less than a man when he's truck driving and he's watching it?
No, no.
Is Allie's man who was always in the background and watching it with her, and I believe that he has a pretty decently high position in life. Is he less of a man? I'm just saying, like these
I see what
absolutes
you're
are kind of
saying.
odd to me.
Okay.
It's not absolute. I'm just for instance, right? I typically don't watch.
Wait, T Lounge. Welcome to the
Oh, I'm sorry.
platform.
I jumped right in. I forgot Jada.
Hold on, baby girl. JD. Is this reference to what we talking about? I
No,
saw
that's
what you
why.
wrote me.
Yeah,
see what
I
you
I
wrote.
wrote it to everybody here. No, that's why I'm going to get down. But I just wanted to let y'all
Thank
know.
you, baby. Thanks for letting me know.
Okay, you're
So
welcome.
look in the back
What
chat.
did JD say? I didn't.
Look in the back
Oh, I
chat.
see. I see.
Private
I
chat.
see. Go ahead.
Go ahead, T Lounge. What's
Yeah.
up, baby?
So
Thanks for joining
for me, you're right because
me.
sassy. I'm sorry. Let me go on mute. My apologies, T Lounge. When have I disagreed with you that much?
No, she's not talking about that. What was in the back
Oh, I'm
chat?
sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't hear you, T Lounge. No, I'm talking about something else. My apologies. I
Uh-huh.
said. My bad. My bad. So you're correct on that because when the whole Tracy and Rob thing was going down, my dude was fully freaking invested to the point where after the whole thing happened, he asked me like, "How's Tracy? Does she all right or whatever like that?" You know what I mean? So yeah,
Wow.
some of the situations that was a situation to where a heterosexual man could kind of get into it there on vacation, whatever, you know. But for the most part, I can't watch when I'm dealing with somebody. I don't subject anybody outside of my not subject. No, for real. That's the truth, I'm though. Not watching it with my mom. I'm not watching it with my cousin, my nobody. Yeah. I watch it by myself. You know what I mean? It's true. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm with a guy, he has to be asleep when I tune back into it, and I'm putting it low and all this other stuff. Like I'm a headphone buds in and everything like that. I don't subject anybody to this social media stuff I'm into. I know that this is just my personal thing. So I don't think it's about, but it does lean into like I'm not really interested in guys who are interested in social media a whole lot. Period. I agree. No, I totally. That's why I say it's a small caveat. So, like, I agree. Like, I don't really like men that are on Facebook or IG unless it's business related. Right.
And play the damn game all day.
Yeah. Definitely. Me and a gamer is not going to get along. That's just not my style. But I guess what I'm saying is that when you come to this type of sector or any type of sector like that, Black consciousness, red pill, you know, Tommy Sotomayor, there's so many, right? That a lot of heterosexual men, Kevin Samuels. What I'm saying is that just the same way that this sector like overtook my life and engulfed my life, I'm not saying that I want it or that I'm gonna eat. I did it. I got the t-shirt. I'm done with it. Okay. I get it. I'm just speaking from a perspective of I didn't think I would either, but then I did it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like it was like, oh, okay, never, which I'm not a never person, but I was thinking, no, that's not my thing. I don't want to do that's on social media, you know, but then it was just this one sector. So it was like very, very isolated, right? I mean, he wasn't spending tons of time doing all this other crazy stuff, but it just happened. So I'm just saying to women, sometimes things can happen. You can say never, but sometimes things happen, and maybe not the beef sector, because that's just wild, right? I mean, that's just wild. But it could be another, you know, it could be another sector. And then what's the difference between the beef sector? This is rhetorical, but Tia and Miss T. But what's the difference between the beef sector, him being obsessed with the beef sector like you are, so you guys can do it together, versus you being obsessed with the beef sector and him being obsessed with something else, and so then you guys are not spending that time together. So I would appreciate being in a relationship that would take me the heck off of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? No shit, you low. Let me catch you up, girl. Say that one more time, because I swear to. Let me turn you up. What you say? You heard me. It's like quicksand. You be like trying to get the freak out. The more you flare your arms, the more it takes you down. I'm like, listen. We started out by saying, I will never forget this timeline. That Negro started out, y'all. That Negro started out by saying, by such and such date, we're going to be off the beef sector. Ah, really? Yes. And honey child, please. It was so that made me laugh, because Tia, I ain't lying. I would love for that to happen, but girl, I have a very active life and my ass still finds a way. Okay. I mean, I went to 5 cities in 6 weeks and I was still in the damn beef sector.
Yeah, you sure
I
was.
work one day. I'm minding my
Sure
business.
was.
They called my name. I jumped up on the dang on thing. I hate to call them subordinates, but they looking at me like I'm freaking crazy. Like what is Miss T doing? Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And I don't know how
Yeah.
I know how I got here, but I'm like, why am I still here? But listen,
You,
y'all, I'm getting ready. My cousin's gonna be here any minute to help me move my stuff in the middle of the floor. I'm getting my house painted. So
all right, baby girl.
I'll
Thank
talk to
you
you
so
later.
much.
All right.
Bye.
Later,
Mhm.
y'all.
Thank you so much.
That's so
Lady T, I want to announce two things. Lady T has a GoFundMe over. She got a GoFundMe going. I'm not sure. But it's to empower her channel to help her boost her channel up, I guess, and get different things for her channel. And don't forget that Ronnie Q has the wreath decorating contest. But I'm like you, Sassy. That was a good question. What if me and my man did like it? Because Jamila is married, and I know her husband. He's a content creator, and he watches this. And I'm not gonna say he's not a real man. So perhaps I should not say real men. A man for me, just
a
for
man
me.
for
I'm
you.
talking about me. Thank you,
Mhm,
baby. I'm
mhm.
glad that you guys are here to help balance me and make me realize it. I'm not being judgmental. But a man for me wouldn't be a man that sat here and
And
watched
I
TV.
agree. That's the thing
Yeah,
about it that I want people to hear
that was
loud and
for me.
clear. I
Mhm,
agree. It's not for me either.
mhm.
It's
But it
not.
can happen. Like you
It
said, it
can
can happen.
happen, and
It can
why would you want to see? I'm one of those women that I'm gonna be a serial dater if I don't never get married again. You know what I'm saying?
happen.
Like, I'm not gonna be a woman in sitting in the house with cats. So if I come across
Mhm,
a nice, successful, respectful, funny,
mhm,
swagged out man, he can, I'm gonna give him a try.
mhm.
Not going to let the B sector or any other sector,
Uh-huh.
like sway me from giving this man a try. Because what had it, I mean, this man had good intentions with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that, but I so understand what y'all are saying. I don't think it's for me either. I really
Mhm,
don't.
mhm.
But it did happen.
But you know what? That's good, Sassy. I'm so glad you always, make valid points, and I like your perspective on things. You right, because what if I did meet a man and he wanted to watch you too? Oh shit. I'm like, y'all just take me
If
off of here.
if he look okay, if he's a good man, you know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, let me tell you the ground rules,
Baby.
and I'm gonna
I
tell
would
you,
never bring my man on here.
yeah,
Never.
baby,
Never.
I'm gonna tell you, baby, that you stole it from my mouth. I
No,
was like,
shit. I don't care
well,
how
first
many
of all,
VPNs. I don't care how many VP. I'm not
I
ever
don't
bringing
care
my
what
man
you
up
got.
here.
Do not
Yeah.
come on here.
Uh-uh.
But see, this is the caveat too. Just like Allie's man, we never knew for years that Allie man was in our chats under a patrol page, and he wasn't a vile troll or anything. He was just, commenting every very very rarely. You know what I'm saying?
What? I
Oh, y'all
never
didn't know
knew
that?
that.
Oh, okay.
No, and
I
I
forgot
ain't saying. Oh, I never knew her husband was in. Oh, wait a minute now. I knew her husband had somewhat some dealings when her and Diva Tomboyish got into it,
So
right?
that was my point. So just
So
like
okay,
Jamila's husband, okay, except
and
for
I know Pop Out. Mm-hmm.
okay, just like Jamila's husband, except for the Tita show. But when Jamila got into it, her man he had to come on and say, "Well, hold up now." So
Yeah, he
see,
did.
you see these small caveats.
Oh,
Those men
okay.
didn't want anything to do with the beef sector, as far as like y'all knew that was just between them and their wives. That was a cute little secret between best friends, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That happen to sleep together and that's married together, right? That's how we viewed it. Like this is just our
yeah,
little thing.
yeah.
But I had already met someone who was already here. Y'all already knew who he
Mm-hmm.
was, already clicking links. But
Mm-hmm.
honey, every single time that man would click that link, I would be like, Lord, please don't let him, baby,
What?
do whatever I want to do. But I didn't want him clicking no links. But it's not that I didn't even want it. It just wasn't a good feeling because you don't know what
Yeah,
somebody say. You don't know what somebody gonna
Oh,
say.
I remember some of those times.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember some of them.
Okay.
And you were real apprehensive, like, Lord, what is he going to
What
say?
is
Okay, okay, that's enough.
yeah.
Okay, babe, that's enough.
Yeah, I'm typing all caps in the chat,
Yeah,
like that signal.
yeah.
Nigga, get down, get down.
I
So
remember.
it's not, so it's
Yeah,
not that behind the scenes you aren't having these conversations. You
yeah.
absolutely are, you know. And
Mhm.
you're saying, okay, wait, I didn't like that, and he's saying I didn't like what you said, and then you're having the real conversation. It's just you're not bringing it on YouTube. So who knows what conversations these women that I mentioned those
Yeah.
two. Who knows what conversation Troy Allen's wife is having with him, you know? Troy Allen is able to mask it pretty decently because
Yeah.
he does seasonal work. But as soon as the winter hits Detroit, Troy Allen gonna be on this bitch all day, every day.
You think?
He was
Yeah.
he. What do you mean? You think that's his blueprint?
Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. I forgot the work was seasonal, so that's like why he ain't here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's his
Well,
blueprint. So
I
the wife knows about YouTube. She's obviously, well, we don't know if she's interested or not, right? Because he leaves his wife out of it as well as he should.
right,
So
as
she
he
may be
should.
watching when he watches, but she just
Mhm.
stays out of it like, Lord, this is the silly shit he likes. And how can you deny a man who's a hardworking man, provides a good living, is quite respectful, doesn't come on the internet calling people and women out their name and all this? He just fell into this thing and he likes it. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. Troy Allen told a story of why he likes it, and then my ex clicked the link to tell, oh my gosh, that's my story of why I liked it. So Troy Allen's story of why he likes the beef sector is that he used to sit around all the time listening. I don't want to make up a story. I don't know if his mom worked at a beauty shop. I don't know. It seemed like it was something to where what the bottom line of what he was saying is that wherever his environment, he was always around the women and they were gossiping. And men were bull crapping, you know what I'm saying, jonesing and all that. But the women were telling the real neighborhood tea. So he grew up like, oh, okay, the women, this is where the tea is. And he grew an appreciation for it. Well, my ex has a similar story. I don't know if he told the details, so I won't, but he has a similar story.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like if your mom is in a predominant female what am I trying to say? Job like a nurse back in the day, or a teacher back in the day,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or a phone operator back in the day. These were predominantly female oriented jobs, right? So they were educated, they had, you know what I'm saying, they had it going on, blah blah blah, but they were sitting on the stoop. And these women, these high class women at the time, because you in the 60s and 70s, you didn't went to HBCU and you got your, you got your stuff going on. But these supposedly highfalutin women were still after work on the stoop gossiping about everything that was going on. That was kind of what Troy was saying. You know what I'm saying?
So
they I'm sorry. So they just have an appreciation for it. And that's what kind of, that's their attraction to it. So it takes all types to make the world go round. I found it very interesting myself because I'm definitely, I definitely would not see myself dating anybody in the sector, you know what I'm saying, or any of these sectors, quite honestly. I mean, I haven't met one yet, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. But there are extenuating circumstances, I think, too.
Yeah, I get it. See, it's always good to hear other people's perspectives, and it just make you think. And I don't never I'd say this, I don't want to come across as judgmental. If I am, I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying my preference of a man wouldn't be on here, calling women bitches and stuff like that, because then it makes me think then he does the same thing to his wife, to their wife or their girlfriends or their fiancés or whomever, because that's just the way they talk. If it's easy to come out your mouth like that and say that to a woman and you have a mother, then it's easy for you to say it to your wife.
But that's two different things though, Miss T. You put two different things together. First, you said that, well, let me go with the second one. You don't want a man who's going to be talking out to women crazy. Because that obviously that means, like I said, that he has it in him to talk to you like that, which is a separate point, right? But the first point you said is that I don't want to be sound judgmental because I don't want a man, I don't prefer a man that's in this mess. That's two different things. They can be on here and still not call women out of their names. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just want you to know that I don't really care if it's judgmental or what. I can dig it. I can dig it, girl. That's all I'm trying to tell people. Like, yes, I was in a relationship here, but I didn't want. That's not what my preference was.
Well, yeah, that you're right. That's two different things. That's not my preference.
That's not my preference. I didn't. I was like, oh, I can't wait to find a man in the beef sector and we can just canoodle up and watch the YouTube together. No, I was just like, and so
it just happened. You just happened to like that person, and y'all enjoyed the beef sector.
We enjoyed. We had a good run, and it's over. But now that that's over, looking forward,
you won't do it again.
I definitely would not. Again, God is in control of my life, and so if it happens, I would be really, really surprised. Let me just say that, right? But I do have to think about it, and that's when I was posing that question to T Lounge in the chat. That now that I'm out here and I'm back on the dating scene.
Sassy, you're back on the dating scene. I just want to make an announcement. Go ahead,
You're so
back. So go ahead, Sassy.
You are so silly. But now that I'm back out on the dating scene,
we know you up in the bushes. You feeling some kind of way, but
you real silly right now. You real silly right now.
Drop on down, Tally. No, go ahead, Sassy. Go ahead, baby.
But I do have to think about the amount of time that I spend on YouTube and how I'm going to position myself. Because I will tell you, it was easier because it was a lot easier. With the first one, that was like I had just gotten into the beef sector and I wasn't hitting panels and stuff. So that was pretty easy just to put y'all in my ear and listen to whoever, right? Then by the time I had met the ex, I was pretty well known and I didn't have to explain anything because he already knew. Now, how am I going to position myself? So I loved when T said, hell, I hope somebody take me away from this shit. I tend to not think so because I've already been through it. But I wonder when I meet people, I always wonder, girl, it's like having a bad background. When do you tell them about the background?
Yeah, oh shit. When do you tell them I'm Sassy Butterfly? That's a sassy show. Let me introduce you to my other life, my other part of my life. Yeah.
And what do y'all do? And what do y'all talk about? And who? And then let me listen to
who are those people?
Who are these people? And I literally have to think about it. At what point do I introduce them? Because remember, they're not meeting
right away. Monty said right away.
No. We don't know.
Hey, I'm Sassy.
No, hell no.
This is my show, and this is what I do. Let me take you over here. We got a lot of bitches calling over here. And we got a lot of shit. Come on, let me introduce you to this. And he probably said, "Yeah, babe, I'm not with that." So
Mixology, you come up here because exactly. I've been lost 5 men from the beach.
And what you gonna do, Sassy? When he said, "Nah, I ain't with all that shit, babe. You gonna have to cut that shit out." What you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm a woman of a particular age. Listen, let's practice.
Shit! Go ahead and practice the script. Hold on.
Practice.
Monty,
let me practice.
Wait, hold on, Monty. Mute yourself. Let me mute you, baby.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Go ahead, Sassy. Practice. What you gonna do?
Okay, tell me again. What do I have to do, Mz.Teavalocity?
Nah, you can't watch that shit. Nah, cause he ain't gonna say it like that.
Right. Okay, let me say. There you go, inner peace. I'm about to spin the shit out this shit. I'm gonna say, baby. Baby, that's what we do. Okay.
Go ahead. Okay.
I'm gonna say, baby, I am so enjoying getting to know you. And I really appreciate the time that we spent together. And you know, these people, I have been over here for almost 4 years. It's like a little community, you know, and everybody's not ratchet. There's some good people over here, and even the ratchet people I enjoy and I like them. So I think that probably what we should do is just, you know, I mean, we're two people of a particular age. So I think that what we should do is probably compromise. Like, you know, if I'm just chilling, cooking dinner, and you watching the game, and that's not a game I'm interested in, I may have them in my ear and I might burst out laughing, you know, or you know, on a Sunday, if you're over and you know, and I'm, you know, cooking dinner, I mean, I may do a show and I might commence to, you know, cussing a few bitches out, but you know, it's okay. I mean, it's just a hobby. I mean, I have a very full life. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that sound pretty good, don't it?
No.
Oh
But go ahead, Monty. You know, that shit don't sound good. No, I ain't all into that shit. I can't see my woman sitting up there, babe. You up there watching, you know, people on this line calling each other bitches, telling kids to suck it and all that. Nah, I ain't with all that, babe.
Well, baby, I'm not watching the kid stuff. I'm not watching the doc. He don't even know about all that, Mz.Teavalocity. You doing too much. He don't even know about all that yet.
Go ahead, Miss Bonnie. What's up, my baby?
Hey, hi, Sassy.
Hey, Bonnie.
Okay, so I'ma just say my story, okay? Because everybody has their own expectation as to what they want out of their relationship and their marriage, right? For me, I wanted a best friend. I wanted someone I could move through life with, and we would have our ups and downs, because I believe you never up always, you never down always, right? And when I read the vows, I had to believe that if that's what if I'm striving for, right? I'm striving for in sickness and health, rich or poor. Like, it's there for a reason, right? So for me, I was looking for a lifetime partner and someone who I enjoy. You know, I enjoy looking at, I enjoy being with. And not saying we gotta like everything, because it's a lot of stuff my husband like that I don't like. So it kind of naturally build in time for the things that I like that he don't like, right? So when he's watching his games on Sunday, I get a whole day to do my thing,
On YouTube,
right? When he watching Monday Night Football,
right?
I get a few hours. Thursday nights, I give that man whatever he want, right? And then we tag team the daughter. You see what I'm saying? So when she needs something, she quite naturally go to the parent she want to hear yes from.
Right.
It's a natural build.
Right.
And we are partners in this life. I'm not in it by myself. Now, this is what I would say. Okay? Because I was going to type it in the chat, but I feel like it's better said, right? Me and my husband have fought for days, hours, brink of divorce, all of that. Okay? Mama Tiva, you know. You remember. Right?
You know what's going on, Sugar Worker.
And I'm not embarrassed by it, because we have a real relationship.
Yes,
and I say my marriage, out of every relationship that I have, it has been the hardest to keep together, because with my sister, she was like a natural built mother and best friend from birth. She's 5 years older than me. She took care of me. You know what I'm saying? She has an unconditional love for me, and she's shown me unconditional love from a person that I then have to know and receive and return it to her, right? In the way
I
that
came
she's
back.
given to me. I then have my mom as well
Mhm.
that has shown me unconditional love in her way, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm blessed because I've been given love by other people in my life that I then can receive love from this man. And I had expectations
Mhm.
coming in, right? And I've learned to kind of release some of those expectations that's not as important as how he treats me, how he cares for our family and our daughter and my mother, and how he cared for his mother and his grandmother, because that's what's important in a life partner
Exactly.
when you growing old with someone. You know what I'm saying? How are we gonna take care of each other in spite of what we have in front of us? You know what I
But
mean? And we've been
mixology,
through a lot together, a
but
lot of
let me
ups
ask
and
you this.
downs.
Let me ask you this, Jadon. Real, are you putting stuff in the back chat, Jadon, or you wanted to talk?
No, I came up here to talk.
Okay, real quick, let me ask mixology this. The issue or the problem for a single woman is that that's not yet her life partner. She is trying to get to know the person, right? And so that's the question of like, as you're trying to get to know if this person has the skills and the characteristics of what you want in a life partner, then at that point, when do you introduce him to those dirty little secrets, as we if we want to call the B sector that? Or at that point, we're not just laying up in each other's houses yet. We're going out to watch the game, or we're going to his family's house to watch the game, or my family. You see, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, then how do you maneuver? Because that's what we first started out, because these relationships that Miss T was talking about are brand new and they started on the internet, right? So these are not marriage partners yet, or even, well, I think one of them is engaged, but these are not marriage partners yet. They're just trying to get to know each other. But how do they facilitate or manipulate or manifest that? Like, that we're just trying to get to know each other. So how, and you might be dating, go out on a date and you don't like that person, or you going on a date with him and you going out on a date with this other person, doesn't mean you're sleeping with anybody yet. How do you manage that as a single woman, and this and your love or addiction for YouTube? It's different.
Okay, that's a great question. And you know, to be honest with you, for me, when I met my husband, social media wasn't really a thing. We had our courting time where
Right.
we were uninterrupted. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I do believe in that uninterrupted time so you can get to know each other one on one. However, I never hid what kind of person I was from him from
Right.
jump. I
Right.
wanted an authentic relationship. So
Mhm.
I was my authentic self. And I will tell you, on our first date, I cussed him smooth out and walked away from him. And he was like, yo, you crazy. And I said, I absolutely am. I didn't hide it from him. You know what I'm saying? I never
Mhm.
hid who I was from him. That man was never bamboozled into thinking I was a virgin, I was this, I was a saint. No, he knew exactly who. And if he asked a question,
Mhm.
I told him straight up, because I'm that kind of person. I told him,
Yeah,
don't
it's better
ask a
that way.
question
It's
you're
this
not
is,
ready to
yeah,
hear the answer to.
but this
So
is
if you ask
different.
me a question, my first question is, do you want the truth? Because I'm
Mm.
not going to tell you the truth for you to then throw it in my face. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? And he would say, yeah, tell me the truth. And I would tell him the truth. I never lied to him ever
So,
about nothing.
so
Yeah,
you're
but
And
saying just get it out the way.
get it out the
but
way
I'm
is
not
no
doing.
reason to
I'm not
hide
that.
it. You know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
that kind of girl. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't believe. I was taught that everybody does not deserve to get to know you. So I'm not telling
Okay.
some. I'm not telling some stranger.
I didn't get to know everyone on the level I got to know him. I'm just saying I kind of knew it was safe with him, just in the kind of questions he would ask, because he wasn't prying. He was trying to get to know
I
me,
understand,
you
and I
know?
appreciate that. But what my point is, like, if you're dating, and I appreciate a man who's asking questions, right? So if they're saying, "Oh, do you have any hobbies?" I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I have this thing on, that I do on YouTube. It's like a dirty little secret." I'm gonna give a little elevator speech, right, about it. That still doesn't mean that still doesn't understand what I'm really talking about. I'm just giving him a surface level introductory to how else I spend my time. I'm saying, "Oh yeah, I love fine dining. I take, I spend a lot of money on food. Oh, I travel a lot." I'm not gonna lie, but it's still, when I say I travel a lot, they don't know what I mean. They don't know that I mean that I could literally be gone for 6 weeks almost straight. You know what I'm saying? Coming home for 2 days in between. They don't it's like you have to be in it to really understand it. And also for me personally, I'm coming online as the Sassy Show. They don't know who the show is. When I meet them, I'm meeting them as my real name. I can't even risk him. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't even risk this stranger that I'm just trying to get to know and telling him, "Oh yeah, here's my YouTube channel. Here's the link. This is what." Hell the fuck no. So he can drop down with my real name and say, "Oops, I forgot." No.
And I think
Well, that's what
that's
I
for
came up
me
here to.
the piece that I guess I'm missing. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think back. Like when I met my husband, it wasn't even a MySpace yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
MySpace was like developed. We was getting on together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then he was like, oh, Facebook is better. You know what I'm saying? We could connect with our real friends. And then we went on Facebook. But this is the thing. My husband, he's not a social person like that, right? I am. So this is my way that in the comfort of my home, right, I could get a little bit of me out. And he could walk in at any given time. He could walk in right now and I don't stop what I'm saying. I'll invite him in the conversation, but he'll look at me like I am not, I'm not interested. He's not interested, but he knows what I'm doing. It's not hidden. And to be honest with you, like, he kind of keep me balanced because if I say, for example, I'm ready to go off on somebody, I'm like, so and so said this, he'll look at me and be like, don't go live. You know what I mean? Like, so it's good that he knows what's going on because he talked me off the ledge a lot, and if he didn't know that, I'd probably be on here doing all kind of shit,
all kind of wild shit, yeah.
But I always ask him too. Like I'm as much as it may seem like I'm very respectful with my marriage, and anything that I divulge on YouTube, I will ask him. He knows, like, based on the conversation, we are life partners. He knows based on the conversation, I'd be like, babe, is it okay to share? He'd be like, go ahead. He don't care. You know what I mean? Even though he wouldn't, he doesn't mind me doing it. You know what I mean? This is me. He don't control me and what I'm doing. I don't control him and what he doing. That's like me taking his football from him. That's like me taking his anime from him or his History Channel. I cannot take that from him. That's who he is. I just happen to be a little more ratchet than him.
Hold that thought right. Hold on. JD, what's up, baby? She's been waiting patiently. Go ahead, my girl.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for giving me the right pronouns and nouns and all
that. Little fella, go on.
Okay. So anyway, thank you, Mz.Teavalocity.
Little fella, I love that shit.
But look, Sassy. So what I can tell you with what you were saying, the show has become a blessing and a curse for me because I dated a few women, believe it or not, that know nothing about YouTube. But I let them know about me going to the show in 2020 and that it's a pilot. They trying to get it picked up. So if she happened to walk up in here and I'm cussing a bitch out, look, I already told you about this reality show that I engaged in. And so I'm doing my part. And that's just my excuse. But I ain't gotta be like, oh, this the B spec artist. No. I went to be a part of a reality show. They still trying to shoot the pilot. They still trying to get it picked up. And this is the reason why you hear me cussing somebody out right now.
Mm.
I'm sorry, but you can't. I mean, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people, yeah.
I see what Sassy
Everybody,
saying though. When she asks, when do I? Because when you first meet someone, you don't tell them everything, even though you straightforward with them. Kimberly Black made an excellent point. Yeah, Monty and Sassy are at two levels in a relationship. Monty is in a married one. Sassy is talking about when I meet someone, even though Monty went back to when she met her husband, you do want to be authentic. But I don't know right away if I would say, yeah, I'm a YouTube content creator and I'm in this sector and they be calling bitches talking about kids and all. I'm not sure. I would have to get to know him and he would have to get to know me before I introduce him to this YouTube life.
but that's me, period. I'm not gonna even, I'm not like, I have this thing. Men who ask me about my job is typically not my type of man. Because I'm a traditionalist. So my job doesn't even matter in the relationship. Okay.
Because your job should cover us.
Your job should
I agree. I agree 100% with Sassy because even women,
care about what I do for.
their first question is, what do you do for a living? Why
Mhm.
you worried? Haven't you been sustaining for the last 32, 33 years?
But
What do
they
you need to know about what I do for a living?
But see that, but see, I don't, but you're, yeah, see, we remember we talked about this years ago. I don't like, you're the masculine and the feminine energy. And then I'm never going to ask a man what he does for a living, because even though I want, he has to be successful and he has to make a certain amount for me to even be interested. That's just me. Okay. But
But
I'm
how
not,
would you know that if you don't ask?
because he should be, he's the masculine energy. Masculine energy is there to protect and provide. He should be talking about his job.
Not only that, but first and foremost, you can clearly see how I live, that I'm able to sustain a roof over my head. You don't need to pry.
You don't
You
need to
need to
cry.
let everything, you need to let everything flow organically.
That's right.
Don't come out the jump asking me what I do for a living because I'm not asking you that.
That's right.
All right,
I agree. I
Lisa.
didn't ask my husband what he did for a living, nor did he ask me. He knew what I did for a living. I didn't know what he did. He
But
told me,
but
but
men,
I didn't ask him.
but they
And to be
ask
honest
you
with
in
you,
a
it
nice
didn't really
way.
matter
Wait,
because
hold on,
I
y'all.
understand that people mismanage their funds. So you could make $100,000, but if you're not good with your money, it don't really matter how much money you make. You know what I'm saying? It's really
True.
like, can you sustain our lifestyle and us living in the area we live in? Can you use your credit to get a house? I've never had to use my credit or my name to get a place or a roof over our head. You know what I'm saying? My husband
Mhm.
provides that
He's
kind of
a
stuff for
provider.
us. You know what I'm saying? So
What,
it's
and
like
I get
those
that.
kind of
I get
unspoken
that,
things
Manny.
that a man does, you know. But it was something I had wanted to say, and dang, I can't remember. I'm gonna wait and
What
hopefully it
what
come back.
Manny? I'm
Good.
just saying I get what you're saying. My thing is, as soon as you invite a woman into your home,
Mhm.
she sees how you are living.
Exactly. Right.
I
Before
didn't get
that,
it
Oh
for
yeah,
free. I didn't
exactly.
get it
I'm
for
gonna tell
free.
you,
before
my
that,
husband when I met
Wait,
him.
hold on, everybody. We losing sight. We not losing sight. But hold on, let's go in turn because we over talking each other. JD, continue that, and then you
Okay,
can go ahead.
all I'm saying is anytime I converse with a woman long enough and I invite her into my home, she can see how I live. She can see my neighborhood. She could see the surroundings of me. So there is no need for you to ask me what I do for a living. It's clear that I make an honest living. Otherwise, I wouldn't live here where I live. So I don't understand why people don't allow you to organically reveal that type of stuff because honestly, that's personal. And to be honest, I've learned in the past that when women start off what you do for a living, that's a gold digger in my eyes.
that's the bottom
Why
line.
do you care? Why
That's
do
the,
you care what I do for a living? Because you should have been taking care of yourself before you even came across me.
well, okay, we did.
Can
We
I
agree.
disagree?
We agree, and let me say this real quick, Monty. I'm about to go, y'all, real quick, but I agree and I disagree, Jay Dunn. So for me, I'm not gonna come to your house right away, right? So
Right.
Miss Velocity had a good point. How do you know if you don't ask? His manner, our conversation. If he's telling me about his trip to the Maldives and he's telling me, details about Paris, which I've been several times, or he's telling me about anything there, restaurants. Where does he take me on our first date? You know what I'm saying? Is it Top Golf, something active and fun that's fairly pricey, or is it like, oh, let's go get coffee? Because I'm not putting on lashes for coffee. I don't give a damn what these women are doing nowadays in 2023. Not me. Okay, so there are several ways how I know that he's first a man of class, right? And then but everybody comes up and everybody goes down. But so maybe, you know what I'm saying? And then I met a guy a few months ago. He was trying to act like he was all this and like he owned a car lot and do boop the boop the boop. Child, he was one of them niggas from the hood that you can't get a car loan, so you go over there with him and buy $8,000 car and you go over there with him. No, for real, you go over there to him and buy that $8,000 car, but he charges you $16,000 and then repo your car in a year. He was one of them hood ass niggas like that. And guess what? We were supposed to go out to dinner he asked me where I wanted to go. I said the Brazilian steakhouse. It's $50 a person, y'all. That's not expensive. And then right in that same strip, there's a black-owned restaurant that does live music at night. He asked me, I thought that was a cute first date. He said to me, oh, I hope this ain't one of those real expensive Brazilian steakhouse or something. First of all, nigga, why did you ask me? Second of all, why didn't you look it up before you offend me? And thirdly, I just told him it's not going to work out. I never went on a first date with him. So you can tell by just having normal, organic, like Jay Dunn said, normal, organic conversation with a man that y'all are not equally yoked. Because if $50 is too much for you, nigga, you can't handle me. All right, y'all, I got to go. I got to get dressed for brunch, but oh, I like this conversation. Yeah, girl, you have to hit people up in their IG or do something on your wall or something. I don't never see your wall though, T-Velocity. Do something.
All that shit.
I know. So silly. But just look, drop down and I don't know. Do something, girl, because this is a good. I believe in everybody. I feel like I found my niche in this crazy community. I'm the recap girl.
Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna make it funny. It's not gonna be too serious. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come on when I want to come on, when I feel like coming on. And that's just it. And I think that your lane of having having these type of discussions that are kind of outside the box but halfway related is probably your lane. So figure it out so we can kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of come over and support. Because had I not just been strolling the streets, I would have missed this whole conversation. I would have been irritated. Bye, Dunn. Bye, Monty. Bye, Chad. Y'all have a great Sunday.
Bye, Sassy.
And Dunn, thanks for that tea, bitch. Oh my God.
Yeah, that tea is something else. Yeah, we gonna get to it. Go ahead, Miss Monty. What was you saying?
Hold on real quick, Dunn. If you oh no, I can't say that out loud. Dunn, okay, Dunn. If you get the screenshot, can you send it to me? Okay, bye.
Go ahead, Monty.
Bye.
So what I was gonna say is I kind of disagree with Jay Dunn. And that's because as a female, I've also been duped by D-boys. You know what I'm saying? Who claim to be, on the up and up. But then when you actually get around them, you actually see that the quality of the people they're surrounding themselves by, not the kind of people you want to be around.
Yep.
So I grew up, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I grew up, around sketchy characters, and you had to ask those questions and, not just asking the question because people will lie to you. You have to also pay attention to what they doing. And like I said, I want you to be your authentic self around me. I want to know what I'm getting into. I don't want to be blindsided by nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore I believe in being transparent and honest. And if somebody asks you a question, you could lie to them by omission. I believe in that. So I have to be true to myself and stand on my integrity when I'm courting someone or dating someone or having someone court and date me. Like I want it to be successful. I'm not trying to go in with all these what ifs because I'm waiting on the shoe to drop. And if you waiting on the shoe to drop, I believe in laws of attraction. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I
And
got a
you
go ahead.
know, in my personal life, I've done both in the positive and the negative. Like I willed myself damn near to a divorce and I willed myself to reconciliation.
Yep.
So you can definitely change the course of your life, your relationship. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of the times we're looking for what people can do for us and provide for us monetarily as a woman, but that's not what life is really about. You don't
I
take none of this physical, none of them steakhouse dinners will matter when you gone.
But I want to say this. I want let me ask y'all something. How old are you, if you don't mind revealing it? If you don't want to reveal it, that's it. That's okay too, because I'm with Kimberly Black. I believe her and I are around the same age, and I think we are probably close in proximity of probably the same lifestyle to a degree. So let me ask you this. How old are you, Monty? You mind?
I am 42.
JD, how old are you?
37.
Okay, and I'm not sure anybody know Sassy's age.
No,
I
I
Okay,
don't.
so
don't.
I'm gonna give you do. I'm gonna give
No.
Sassy around 40, maybe 45-ish. And the reason why I'm asking you that, because I am with Kimberly Black. I'm a woman of a particular age. I've been married before. I have my own. I can sustain my own. I don't have a lot of time to waste. So I am going to ask, now what you do for a living. Do you travel? How's your 401k? I'm asking all that shit because I don't have a lot of time to waste now. You understand me? So that's me being transparent. Not that I'm a gold digger, because I have my own. And I do believe that you could tell a style of a person and by their conversation what level they at. But then too, there are sheaves and wolves, what wolves and sheep's clothing. So you can't always say that. You guys already said, both of y'all. I think you and Sassy said you was duped. Now you don't have to always take me to the finest restaurant. That's not what it's about. You ain't got to spend $1,000 on me on a meal or nothing like that. But you do have to have certain things that I enjoy in life that I do by myself. You have to be able to do it with me or do it for me. So I'm not wasting a lot of time nowadays. Nowadays, I did that in my early years, and I told you, me and my second husband, both of my husbands, to be honest with you, we was right out of high school. My first husband, so we built, but my second husband and I was rebounding from divorces, and we built a life that we enjoyed very much so. However, our marriage down the road didn't work, but that's another story here, for next time. So
Well,
I'm like
Miss T,
her.
Can I say one more thing?
You can
what?
always say something, but just let me finish this up. So, well, I'm at a different stage in life. Kimberly Black and I are at the same stage. I'm asking off the cuff what you do for a living. I don't have time or patience. Go ahead. Who was next? JD?
Well, all I was gonna say is that I'm very transparent about what I do,
Like me.
but you cannot think that I'm not gonna raise an eyebrow that
Mm.
you led with that. Why do you lead with that?
Not that you lead right into the conversation. Hey, what you do for a
What?
living? But in
What?
the
But
course
that's
of
but this is what I'm telling you, Miss T. That's what women do these days.
oh no, I'm not. We
Now,
not
if
doing it
you give
like
me
that.
30 days and I ain't told you what I do for a living, then
Right,
okay.
right,
But
right.
don't lead with it.
No,
When
no,
you
no.
lead with it, I'm gonna raise an eyebrow
Oh yeah.
about you. And yes, I might have sex with you, I might, but I'm
Oh,
still gonna raise an eyebrow about it.
okay. I got you. Go ahead, Monty. I got what y'all
What
saying.
I was gonna say too is for me, once again, I look at people as a whole, and
Mm-hmm.
what solidified it for me was my husband's family, and
Ah.
seeing him interact with them and them
Mm.
interact with him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it was it was like, yeah, this is comfortable. I could be here. You know what I mean? Like I've been with people and get introduced to their family and it is so awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tension in there. You ready to go. You got your purse next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's I go a lot off of energy and feelings. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's important to see the true person, and a lot of the guys that I feel like led double lives, I didn't meet their family. I didn't see them with their friends. It was always just me and them, and I feel like they could keep a certain facade about them. You know what I mean? It was
Exactly.
no one there to like bring out that true
Mm-hmm.
them, and I wanted to know about the kid. How was he as a kid? How was he as a teenager? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
indeed. Yeah.
it wasn't all good
Mm-hmm.
stories, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was true. You know what I mean? And I got to for me, I got to see someone turn from a boy to a man. And that was appealing to me as a woman. You know what I mean? The evolution and the growth of a person. So
Mm-hmm. I
I
feel you.
think the surface, some women look at the surface and they ask those questions and they lead with those questions, but some women don't. And I think, what you're looking for in a mate, you'll get it by the questions and the answers you get. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's red flags and it's something that don't sit well with you, like move. You don't have to
Move
stay
around.
there.
Exactly.
But if you already in a relationship with someone and it's red flags and it's things that you don't like, they can change. I believe in that.
Y'all made good points because I feel where you coming from. I feel where Sassy coming from. I feel where JD come from. But I think at different points in your life, you approach a relationship a little different. And that's why I asked the age. Back in the day, I mean, you knew what someone had, and still in a relationship now. I knew that my husband at one point was going through a divorce. I was going through a divorce, so I knew we probably wouldn't have much. But when we came together, we built, and it was a good thing that we built together. Makes you feel good when you build together. But at this point in my life, at this juncture, I'm on my way to retirement. I want to know that a man can help me if they choose to. If not, I can take care of myself, but they'll be able to travel and we can do the finer things in life in our retirement years. I don't have a bunch of time to waste on a joker. That's just me. I'm
I
about to go
absolutely
up.
agree because even my what I look for in my husband at 25, if I was single
Right.
now at 42, would I choose the same thing? You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
overall, I
Mhm.
believe people can evolve. I believe people could change, but you
Mhm.
have to be truthful and honest and transparent and authentic in order for you to get that out of them. If you always walking on eggshells or playing fake or giving this facade or withholding information because you want to see how long it's going to take for them to
Mhm.
ask and things like that, it's
Mhm.
like you playing games in the
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
How do you build a relationship?
Exactly.
Relationship shouldn't be built off of playing games and with people emotions and pulling strings. It
Mhm.
should be two people genuinely getting to know each other and saying, yeah, this could work, or no, this not gonna work. But if you're constantly making choices for people because trying to see where it's gonna go and all of that, to me, I don't think that's a good foundation. And I'm not, saying
But Manny,
everybody needs to do it the way I did it. I just don't think it's good for me to play those games, because I'm the kind of person, I'm asking you up front. If we start talking and we're getting friendly, I'm gonna ask you, like, are we being friends? Because I don't play like that with people. You know
but
what I mean?
Manny, what I'm
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
is not me playing with anybody. The thing
I didn't. No, I'm
is,
not saying you
No,
playing with
she
no,
not
no,
nobody.
no, but
suggesting.
I'm
Don't
just,
take it
no, no,
personal.
I'm not. I'm having a conversation. I'm having a conversation.
Go ahead, little bit. Go ahead, little bit.
What I'm saying is a lot of the times, um, even before you can even decide if this is the person you want, they
Mm-hmm.
want to know everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
First off, you are not privy to everything about me because I don't even know if I want you. Let's start there.
Mm. Mm.
How do you want to know where I work, how much money I make, what I do for a living, all this kind of stuff, and I don't even know if I want you?
Well, I
So
don't
when
think we mean in one day, y'all. We mean as time gradually goes, it's
what
important that
and that's what
you
I said. I said
yeah,
for everything to come out
yeah,
organically.
organically. Yeah, I think we all on the
Organically.
same page. It's just the way we said it. I think we all on the same page though, organically. I think it's very important, like Monty said, for her to be authentic, and like you said, to be authentic, let things flow, but be who you are right away. Be who you are right up front. And that's where we was when we asked Sassy that question. Just let somebody know about you along the way as you go along the way, but be authentic. Don't hide anything. Because if you hide in something, that means you're not being upfront with that person. And then it can become a trust factor after that. Or when you purposely omit that you went with my cousin, you know, 10 years ago, you purposely omit that, even though you know it's my cousin. So I think we were on the same path. But in life, our life age is really affecting how we go into relationships. And that's why I said too, Kimberly Black and I are on the same page. No, we're not gonna sit down and ask right away, okay, what you do for a living before you take me out to dinner. But in the course of the conversation, it's not going to be a long time that I do want to know what you do for a living. Y'all get it? But we not jumping right in there saying that. I think like I said, it depends on what you want in the relationship, period. And how you go
I
about
think
building
too,
one.
like, I don't know. Like, for me, I have a different kind of relationship as well. My
Mm-hmm.
relationship by no means is conventional. I had what you would call a whirlwind of a relationship. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Within 3 months, I was engaged.
Oh wow.
So, my relationship was
Thank you.
very different and non-traditional, but I also had expectations. I also
Mhm.
had, certain things that I wanted from my relationship in my life.
Thank you.
So even though I was engaged
Mm-hmm.
within 3 months, I
Good.
waited 3 years to get married. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt in my brain, the way I saw my relationship working out. Hold on, babe. Hold on. Y'all go in there. I'm gonna come in there in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
Go.
about to wrap it up, but go ahead. Because that's the segue into our
What you
next week
say?
conversation. Next
and
week.
Mz.Teavalocity, thank you for having me up. I'm
Thank
gonna drop
you.
down.
Your input was well valued. Thank you, my love. Talk to you
Okay,
later,
you
little
up.
fella. Be good on these streets and
All
stay out
right,
of
thank you.
trouble.
All right,
Sorry
thank you.
about that.
You're welcome.
Bye.
That was my
Go ahead.
grandson. um, yeah,
Go ahead.
so even though I was engaged, like in my brain as a little girl, I always said, you know, I want to be courted for a year and then engaged for a year and plan my wedding for a year.
Mhm.
So in my brain, 3 years sounded about right, you know, and that's what I did.
Well, you know what? You have given me the topic for next week. I got to get ready to get out of here. I have other
All
things.
right.
But wait. You have given me the topic for next week. So we'll move along unless something else happened on these streets. This is what I plan on doing, picking situations off the street and bringing them into our table talk, okay? And the next
Okay.
week, right now, it stands. You say you got married in you got married in 3 months or you got engaged in 3 months? What is it?
Engaged.
Okay, engaged. We're gonna go ahead and segue into that next week. Was 3 weeks, you said 3 months. I'm sorry, I'm fucking up. Was 3 months too early to be engaged, to know that you wanted to be with that person? That's a good conversation when people get married, because I've known people who met someone on the first night and they went off and got married, and from that point on they have been married. At that point, when I knew those people, they have been married 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when is it the right time to get married, and what do you
I think
expect?
when you meet the right one,
Okay,
you'll
so
know.
we're gonna segue into that next week. It's been a pleasure. It's been something different. I
Yes,
thoroughly
ma'am.
enjoy you always. You know, I have much love for you. I know you all for the scenes, but anyway, much love for you. Hold your peace, baby. Hold your peace.
Yes, ma'am. I
And
love you
let
too.
God,
And yeah, we'll talk.
we'll talk. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Hit me up.
All
We
right.
definitely will talk.
Okay. Thank
You
you for
guys,
allowing me up.
you welcome. Appreciate you coming up. So I really enjoyed this conversation because Kimberly and I are around the same age, I believe, and perhaps we view things a little different in relationships and maybe what we want in a man. And these ladies are a little younger. Some are married, some not married, some are in a relationship and some aren't in a relationship. And you experience different things, and that's what make a panel so great, when you allow people to share their experience with you and their perspectives. I did enjoy this thoroughly today. I know there's a lot going on, but right here was the place to be. This was a very good topic. I'll see y'all next week. If God willing, I'm able. I will see you next Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. again with Table Talk with Teve. I'm going to get everything. I'm going to edit something and bring it up. Appreciate you very much, Sassy. I appreciate you, JD and Monty, for joining the panel, and the people who engaged. I appreciate you very much as well for joining me this Sunday, when there's so much in this sector that's related to chaos and mess. I'm glad that you decided to join me in a peaceful place today. With that being said, you guys be blessed. Thank you for joining my show, and I'm about to get out of here.